there is a silver lining for Donald Trump in this otherwise gigantic failure of Trumpcare. And it's this, look, at some point, somebody had to draw the line with the Koch brothers. And so it took a giant loss for Trump to do it. And I don't know that he can recover from that loss because of the public perception, as we've been talking about all day in our coverage of this bill. But I think people are confused. Why did he draw the line on Friday and say, okay, you're gonna vote for it, you're gonna vote for it, I don't care, you're gonna vote for it. If you don't have the votes, why would you do that? That actually is negotiating to some degree, and I'll tell you why. Because the Koch brothers are unappeasable. They're the ones who donate to the Freedom Caucus, that's the super right-wing House Republicans, and they put out a public statement saying, if you vote with Trump, we will spend millions of dollars against you. If you vote with us, we will spend millions of dollars for you. Now that's a big, heavy threat. Now then Trump said, okay, fine, and he conceded a lot of stuff to the Freedom Caucus. He said, okay, we'll make it more right-wing. And they made it more right-wing, and the Freedom Caucus came back and said, no, it's still not enough. So Trump had to draw the line and had to say, hey, Koch brothers, you can play this game with Obama all day long, okay? But I'm drawing the line now because you wouldn't come to a deal, we're gonna have Obamacare. You happy now? So when he says Democrats come back to the table, he doesn't actually mean it. He means Koch brothers, you come back to the table. Because until you come back to the table, we're gonna have Obamacare. So now I'm done with it. I told you we were gonna vote on Friday, and you guys, turns out we were gonna lose the vote because you said you bribed your guys to vote the other way. Okay, fine, then we lose, we have Obamacare, hope you're happy. Now the next time I tell you that we're gonna have a vote, and I'm not gonna give you any more concessions, you'll take me a little bit more seriously. So that, even though you know I have tremendous disrespect for Donald Trump, and I don't value his intelligence, one of the few things he does is he does negotiate. That doesn't mean he gets great deals all the time, and he didn't get a deal here.
The first time he's had to deal, the guy who wrote the book about deals, and the deal didn't work.
And he didn't get one. But I know as a negotiator, sometimes you've got to say no in the first deal to get the second deal. So maybe I'm being overly generous to him, but I think that is not that terrible a strategy.
Well, when the second deal is tax reform, I disagree, because it doesn't matter. You're gonna have the Kochs, you're gonna have all the wealthy people, and the next deal that they're gonna get is tax reform, and they're gonna overlook healthcare at that point, and it's not gonna be that those same alliances are gonna be right together on tax reform if that's in fact what's next, and that's what they say. If they break this down and do regular order, which means taking some of these elements of Obamacare into committees and joint committees and special sessions, and they're able to break different things about it apart and get Democratic support for things that, there are things that aren't working within Obamacare, even if you kept it the same, then it's not a victory for Trump either. I mean, then the Democratic Congress and Paul Ryan would get the credit for that. I don't see a silver lining here for him. I see what you're saying. I don't see people registering that, and I think when they move to the next thing, it doesn't matter what happened with the Koch brothers on.
Yeah, I agree in part. The American people aren't going to see any of that. That's behind the scenes. They don't even know the Koch brothers.
But it has an enduring effect.
Yeah, the Koch brothers are bribing the Freedom Caucus. They have no idea because TV never tells them, right? But as a message she's sending to the Koch brothers. And so you're right, they would certainly on tax reform, they're like, agreed, we're all 100% right wing. We're gonna rob the middle class to pay the rich. Trump and Koch brothers are gonna high five on that.
Right.
They're gonna build a swamp together on that one. But on this one, Trump was 90% right wing. The Koch brothers wanted 100% right wing. And Trump said, you're not gonna get it. And okay, fine, then you're gonna get 0%, we're gonna stick with Obamacare.
I know, but doesn't this have more to do with Congress? Because remember, there are individuals in Congress that were swayed by what the Koch brothers wanted. And so they'll continue to be influenced by the Koch brothers. Donald Trump doesn't really matter in the equation. So his unwillingness to move the needle in a more right-wing direction doesn't really matter.
No, it does, right? And I'll tell you why. Because those Freedom Caucus guys, as well as not almost all of the Republican politicians in Congress, and most of the Democratic politicians are errand boys, okay? That all they do is, hey donors, what would you like? Sure, let's just do that, right? So the next time the Koch brothers give an order to follow, they're gonna remember, well, sometimes if we play chicken with Trump, he goes, okay, you get 0%. Before we used to get everything we wanted, now we can't get everything we want, so now sometimes we're gonna get 0. Maybe we should negotiate and take a 90% draconian right-wing bill that also still gives us $600 billion in tax cuts for the rich, still destroys healthcare for the middle class and the poor. Let's just take our winnings off the table, which, by the way, would be terrible for the country. But in terms of what Trump wants, it would get him closer to that in the long run. Our journalism drive is almost over. It ends in Trump's first 100 days. We need to hire more reporters and more watchdogs. Let's do that right now at tytnetwork.com/go.